Everyone, it's Libby from Meister Tarot. I'd like to acknowledge the Worimi First Nations people. It's WORIMI, and welcome to you, your guides, my guides, and the universal energies. Right, lovely day off. Didn't get any ward cupboards sorted out, but did. My daughter wanted to buy some new shoes for work, so I took the opportunity to tag along with her and buy some birthday presents because I've got a couple of grandkid birthday presents coming up. So yeah, it was a lovely day off. Spent most of it catching up with the comments, which I absolutely love, and catching up with other readers' videos because I do like to see, what else is going on in the world, and I do love when we start lining up independently. So yeah, things are rough at the moment. Denise Knight Divination had a couple of excellent videos the last couple of days. One about Medicaid and the other one was about Rute in Washington, and I agree with both of those videos. Rute's body language in the Oval Office was really interesting. He was very closed and he was very non-committal. And I totally agree that the reason he was there, he's on the way to, I think, the G7 summit meetings as well. That's why he sort of dropped in on the way, but very much a fact finding, sorting out the lay of the land before he headed to the G7. So of course, Felon 45 rattled on about annexing Greenland. Rute was just, yeah, I ain't going there. No, it's not going to happen. And what's occurred now is the Greenland Party leaders of all ilk meeting in regards to that comment to strengthen their rejection of Trump's declaration that he's going to annex. 45's declaration, also what 45 has done overnight is he's declared a 200% tariff on alcohol and wines from the EU. Oh, in retaliation, I think it was a 50% tariff on Kentucky bourbon or something like that. So we've got that tit for tat. Now, it's not 3 or 4D chess. It is literally a game of snap. And as to who's going to slap their hand down first. So just letting that ride at the moment. I'm sure the Stepford Wives suburban mums are really thrilled about having their French bubbles go up by 200% overnight. Okay, Felon 45's mega church spiritual advisor has been arrested for child molestation of a 12-year-old. Oh, goodness me, the GOP, the groping old pervert party. Oh, goodness me. Nothing about this surprises me at all. Turned out also the ship that T-boned the leased US refueling ship, captained by a Russian. Love to know who the missing crew member, what their occupation on board was. I wouldn't be surprised if it was something to do with navigation. Tim Walsh is doing town halls. Go Tim, in similar to Bernie Sanders style, and he is targeting swing and red districts. So absolutely, absolutely love that. SpaceX. Oh, okay. International Space Station. Read on that a couple of weeks ago. I'm really struggling about what to read on today. There's a few things I'll have a look at, but most of the topics that are sort of starting to pop up as being newsworthy, I've covered in some way or some form before. So SpaceX, the rescue, go to the main page. So under any video, click on Meister Tarot. It'll take you to the main page. There is then a search option, like a little magnifying glass. If you put ISS in there, you'll find the reading I did a couple of weeks ago on the rescue mission to the space station. Fingers crossed, we'll see how that plays out. Yeah, I'll just leave that there. What else have we got? Okay, Russia, the Kremlin, Putin, whatever you like to call it, has come out and laid down terms of the ceasefire that are deliberately unreasonable, so that it will make it look like that Ukraine has rejected the ceasefire deal. This is all part of the plan. So you just really don't know where else to go from that. This is all part of the bigger plan. And when I say bigger plan, it's bigger than Felon 45. But do not be surprised if Felon 45 starts lifting. He's already put in the paperwork, I believe, one of his people to lift sanctions against the Russian oligarchs, but also then to change his tune to backing Russia, because he'll be declaring that Ukraine is being unreasonable in not accepting the ceasefire. This full moon, oh my goodness, it is just absolutely exhausting. What else have we got? I might actually have a read on this. So a couple of days ago, we had Duterte, previous president from the Philippines, arrested. Gee, notice that the South Korean president was ousted unceremoniously as well. I haven't looked to see what's happened to him since, but Duterte was arrested. Now, Duterte was the president in charge, making presidential decrees, ergo executive orders, in regards to trying to stem drug use and drug dealers, etc. And basically, what was happening is he said, okay, well, if anyone's suspected of dealing or using drugs, if they turn up deceased, then great, type thing. So what was happening is that basically, if I didn't like my neighbour, I could accuse them of being a drug dealer, and they would get themselves unalived, and I got off scot-free, and those that did the unaliving scot-free. There was no judicial process, there was no legal process. It was simply based in accusations, and then the hands were wiped of it. And there's the emperor, the dictator, my way or the highway. Energy. Well, he's now feeling the consequences over in the Hague. Was arrested in the International Criminal Court now for probably crimes against humanity. I haven't looked to see what his actual charge is, but I just want to have a look, because we've got these dictatorship presidents in these democratic countries that are finding themselves in some really hot water. And speaking about hot water, talk about a used car salesman on the Oval Office lawn, again exposing very clearly that is it the Emolument Act or something like Denise from Denise Knight mentioned it. They're toothless tigers. They have no teeth. And okay, I'm just going to go off on a little side tangent here, because this is leading into what I really want to do a reading on today, which is a bit different in that I often talk about that to learn a life lesson, we're given a feather moment, a brick moment, and then a Mack truck moment. The US currently is in the Mack truck moment. The feather moment was during the Obama administration, with the failing of the banks in regards to the mortgage, the collapse of the housing industry. It was a moment where things could have been restructured in regards to the governmental system, etc. But the failing was simply bailouts. Taxpayers paid for these megalithic banks to be bailed out, so they just continued on their merry way. There was some legislation put in place to put in some more boundaries, but the root of the problem wasn't addressed, and it was allowed to continue. The brick moment was Felon 45's first administration, where again you had uh, uh, advisors in the White House, his children, adult children, who didn't pass security clearances. You had massive grifting, making money by those in the White House off their position of being in the White House. There was fraud uncovered, for example, vaccines and medical equipment being sent to Russia, whereas the blue states weren't getting, they were deprived of essential equipment, etc. That was the BRIC moment. Again, the opportunity was not taken. And when I say the opportunity, I'm talking about people, we the people. Not so much, well, yes, those in government, but I'm talking more about we the people didn't demand that change be brought about. So that was the BRIC moment. And now, because of those previous failings, the US is in the Mack truck stage, where the lesson will be learnt in this stage, whether you like it or not, and regardless of how painful it is, because the opportunity was not taken previously. But what is happening? Okay, I'm going to continue with this. Oh gosh, there's so much information going to come out, absolutely, and come out really quickly. Legal information potentially. There's a judge that ruled that felon, yeah, I'll just call him felon nowadays, has to present himself and tell some truths. I haven't looked to see what court case it was. One of my beautiful viewers did send me the court case, so I do know that there is the court case. I don't think he's going to turn up. If he turns up and actually answers questions, he'll perjure himself to the hilt. I don't think he's going to turn up. So I really think this is a moment where the legal system will have the opportunity to take control, but whether they do or not is part of this lesson learning that we're going through. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. And I'm still ploughing my way through this Journey of Souls. Fabulous reading. Bookmark made by one of my grandkids. I'm up to the stage where I've now worked out that I'm actually at a level 2 in the Journey of Souls. So yeah, big learning lifetime for me this lifetime. So hopefully next lifetime I'll shift up to Journey at level 3. But I'm currently at level 2 is what I'm getting. And yeah, I've been able to identify what levels my guides are at. And speaking of which, if you hear them, let me know, because it's just me and the fur babies at home today. And they did tell me to tell you that they might pop in for a bit of a chat. Yeah, so just absolutely fascinating book. So getting back onto what I wanted to have a look at, I'm just going to use the Smith-Waite Centennial deck, just right back to the Rider-Waite-Smith decks, the traditional decks. Yeah, we are at this crossroads moment on the world stage, and it is nightmare energy. But I want to have a look at, in light of the North Korean president being taken out, in the light of Duterte being arrested, and it all happened fairly suddenly. Remember, I keep saying that when it happens, it'll almost be like we wake up one morning and go, holy crumbs, it'll be like the breaking down of the Berlin Wall. It'll be like the breaking down of the Berlin Wall. It will be big bam moment, this when this tipping point is reached, where the emperor will be trampled underfoot, and then we can start trying to pick up the pieces. Okay, so show me, what do we need to know in regards to, and I've said it a few times and I'm going to say it again. It is when there is a tipping point of those that are waking up. And please pack the squares, the malls, or malls, or whatever you like to call it, absolutely, with the marches going forward. When there is this tipping point of people within the US waking up and realising, as the Department of Education has just tossed off another, 1,300 or 1,600 jobs. See ya, don't bother coming back, shut down for a day, changed the locks basically. When enough people are affected and wake up, that's when this stage will occur. So, but I want to have a look at Duterte and his, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. Because, okay, show me the arrest and conviction of Duterte. How is that going to, I'm getting precedents. How is this going to set a precedence for other presidents around the world? Oh, and you want that card, okay. How is this going to set a precedence for other presidents around the world? Okay, come on, Del. Let's have a look. Sorry about my really long verbal there. Okay. The gift being given. Okay, thank you. It's not so much about going back to a simpler time. David from Tarot by the Bay did a really good reading as to whether Harris actually wants the presidential job in the long run. I think it's her destiny. I don't think she can actually deny her destiny. But I keep getting that there's going to be an interim, non-political, stable form of governance. So not elected officials, no elections, and to me it feels like sort of there's a panel of 3 at the top, and then 9 underneath that, and with the likes of Obama and possibly Hillary Clinton rather than Bill Clinton. Pete Buttigieg is in there. General Miley is in there. I'm getting a feeling that there's going to be this stability of government before elections will be held again. Because if they hold elections now, they toss out the government, hold elections now, it's just going to be an absolute nightmare. So what I'm getting from this card, it's the signifier card. It's the gift of returning to, I'm not even going to say what was before, because the six of cups is about the past, but it's the gift being an emotional gift being presented. I'm just going to say to rebalance. Interestingly enough, there's reports coming out of the White House at the moment about Felon raging, crying, just being moody. I have read several times that he will have an emotional breakdown. I see this vision of him in a room. I can describe the room to a T, and he's down behind the bed on the floor. His son is there as well, that 4-year-old son. Did you notice he was there at that Tesla flogging yesterday? His son is there as well, and he's curled up in the fetal position, having a complete mental breakdown, emotional breakdown. So I think he's on the way there, but this is not what I'm talking about. This is just about a return to when things were simple and we paid it forward in community, etc. Okay, let's keep going with this. Okay, being offered an opportunity for a new start. So I'm asking about this arrest of Duterte, what it is signifying for other presidents, democratic presidents around the world that have set themselves up as dictators. The challenge is the opportunity for a new start is being presented. We have to go through this archway, out of this garden. Okay, thank you. Right, what I'm getting from this is there is a Okay, an emotional simplicity in a desire to return to how things were. Things never return to how things were. Okay, right. Before I go any further, I'm just going to put those cards down while I lift that card up. A desire to return to simplicity of how things were in the past. However, first time ever, I've noticed this figure here walking away, taking this path and walking away from how things were. There's this emotional desire to go back to, oh gosh, when, the biggest scandal was a tan suit, that type of emotion. But what I'm getting from this is the actual solid path forward is to acknowledge that this is in the past. Past is in the past. We can never return to the past. We can learn from the past and integrate it in our future going forward, but we still need to move forward. So I'm drawn to this figure here. There's actions that need to be taken. Steps up means actions need to be taken, and the steady path, this stability of path forward. Now if you'll notice in his hand, he has a wand. This is the new beginning, the new plan, the new way forward. And the challenge is being presented with this opportunities. Pentacles can be money, they can be health, they can be opportunities. This new opportunity is being presented. But again, we have to take the path out of the garden to explore new territory, to explore new ground. Okay. And I noticed that there's mountains in the background there through that archway. So it will be challenging. But that's what is happening. Okay. We've got here at the foundation, because I did ask about the Duterte arrest and how it's going to affect democratic presidents that have decided they're dictators going forward. The Hierophant. This could be governments, but it's also about the higher authority. The International Criminal Court is at the foundation. So what is happening is that this arrest and these actions are going to be presenting the opportunity to move forward. And I'm just going to say it is the people that have to take back the power. For so long, and it's happening in Australia too. We're not innocent, and it happens in the UK, and it's happening in all democracies around the world. We are ceding, we the people who pay those who represent us to represent us, we have ceded our power to these representatives, and we have ceded our power to social and mainstream media, and to capitalism, and to um, um, reality TV, etc. We haven't been taking accountability of we the people power. So this is what this Mack truck energy is about forcing the people, we the people, to take back our power over ourselves. And that's on a personal level in your own life. So, for example, if you're worried about what's coming down the pike at the moment, make a list and put all sorts of wild, crazy, way out ideas on that list of what you can do to take back your power in regards to what you fear may be coming. Fear is a really crippling emotion. We need to change that emotion of fear to one of, well, anger is an emotion that comes out of fear. Change it to anger or determination. But that's why I keep saying make a list of what you can do, because only you know what you can do, and put on it all sorts of crazy way out ideas of things that you would go, yeah, I'd never do that, but I'll stick it on the list anyhow, because you may find that that way out crazy idea stimulates you to take action in a certain direction that you may have never thought of before. So again, this is about taking back power. In the past, yeah, okay, I'm just going to say, you've got these figures at the White House. Now, it is blue and red. So it may even be both sides of the aisle, or it might be Felon 45 and Felon, whoever it is. They're there, rah, 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 dictating to you from the White House. This entrapment messaging that they're putting out there. However, in the background, someone started up their lawn edger out the front. If you can hear a motor going, that's not my guides, that's just a lawn edger. But people are starting to wake up and walk away from it. So this is in the past, and that's why you're going to have the protests. Crowning this reading is the end of the... I'm just going to have to pause you and shut that front door. Hang on a sec. It's getting too noisy even for me. Okay, crowning this reading is capitalism. But capitalism is coming to the legacy of rampant capitalism is coming to an end as we move through this archway into a new era. Now, there's a lot of talk in democratic societies about GDP. GDP is the spending of consumers within that society. It's an indicator, theoretically, about how well a country is going. However, excessive spending makes the statistics look better, because it means GDP figures go up. But excessive spending doesn't necessarily mean a healthier economy, a healthier country, a happier country. So this era of wealth, excessive wealth, excessive commercialization, capitalism, it's coming to an end. Okay. Going to be a lot of headlines coming at you constantly. A barrage. Things are going to move very quickly. Be aware of the news, but don't be alarmed. Don't be aware and take action where you can take action. Let go of anything that you can't take action on, because that does not belong to you. If you can go out and protest, go out and protest. If you can't go out and protest, but you can phone your Congress person, and trust me, even though you don't get acknowledged, they know, because the number of calls and emails, etc., get logged. If you can attend a town hall, go to one of those, or if you can then contact a congressperson to say how much you appreciate them, instead of one where you're saying, get over yourself. Or you can make signs. If you can't go to a protest, can you make a sign for your neighbour to take, or anything along those lines? Do take action that you can take action on. Let go of what you can't. Be aware of what is happening, but do not immerse yourself in it, because it's going to be wild barraging of information coming forward from all sorts of angles. Don't know if I put this up. Entertainment only, just that's for legal reasons. Okay, externally, we have, well, this is my Mark Rutte card, but this could also be a leader bringing forward action. Wands are about plans. They're also about passion. They're also about messaging, and they're also plans, passion, community, and careers. Okay, but and Kings are external action. So we've got here this King, and I am drawn to the fact that there are lions on the chair in the background. The lion is the symbol of the UK. Gosh, I'm going to say monarchy, but it's not the monarchy that will be taking action. I wonder if this is Keir Starmer. I had big doubts about Keir Starmer. I had read that if he continued on the path that he was going on, he'd be out by the end of January. Well, that's long gone, so that reading's been tossed out the window. But it's because of the timeline change. If Felon 45 hadn't been installed, then he would have been gone by the end of January. But things changed, and I really do get that the Democrats, they're making noises, but they're not doing a mass pushback. And as much as I hate to say it, I hope that they let go of trying to save the Republican Party and let the government close down, because that will be on Felon 45's watch, the Republican Congress's watch, and therefore it's going to enforce a wake-up of even more people. It would be incredibly painful. I do believe Social Security, etc., still get paid despite a government close down. But boy, oh boy, that'll be a kick up the backside for some that need to feel the kick up the backside. But we have this leader here bringing forth action externally next to this ICC card. So it may very well be Mark Rutte, who is in the US at the moment and heading to the G7. So externally. Internally, the Steel. Now, this is the card, the very, very last reading. When I was reading leading up to the November the 5th, and I'd read on Harris and I'd get, yep, she'd win, yep, she'd win, yep, she'd win. Every single reading with fabulous cards for Harris. The very last reading I did for Harris, and the very last throw I did for Harris, I threw 3 cards and I got, yes, she'll win, yes, and then the third card was this. And what I did at the time, the skin being that I am, interpreted it as, because it was yes, she'll win, I interpreted it as Republicans accusing her of stealing the election. Well, in hindsight, 2020 vision in hindsight was that it would be stolen from her. So this is about the Steel. So the original question was, how is the Duterte arrest going to affect other presidents who set themselves up as dictators in democratic governments? So we've got the ICC, we've got Rutte, and we've got the Steel here. Okay. The hopes and fears. Again, coming out of the cloud is this offer, this opportunity to be offered, this opportunity being offered. The fear is that the people won't see it. They're too busy looking at what they've already got. Okay. It is big time. Wake up, take the blindfold off, and look at the options. Look at the truth, look at the reality about what path forward to take. Because here is again a presentation of an offer. Pages bring forward information. It's usually my whistleblower or the spy in the camp card, but he's got no blindfold on. He's holding this sword. It's almost like at crossroads moment. It's new energy where they have one sword, the sword of truth, the sword of reality, the sword of a strategy moving forward. But it is young energy in regards to this, and it is in regards to the false victory. So the false victory that will result in a downfall. And then we have the Queen of Swords, my Harris card. We've then got the next card is the Two of Cups. This is my election manipulation card. It's going to be a difficult message to hear, a difficult message to take forward. There's going to be a lot of unexpected information that comes forward, crazy information that comes forward about this devil energy, about what went down. And we know who that is. Well, it can be Phelon or it can be Felon 45, about the installing of Felon 45. The dark money that happened behind the scenes. But this also could be working behind the scenes together with others. It's my Biden card. And this new opportunity being presented, and it is going to be the challenge. So that's really interesting out of Duterte. Okay, I'm going to ask. So we've got international on the bottom. This is the energy in the here and now. International, looking overseas, something not yet being revealed. Remembering also that Denise Knight, no, you didn't email me, Denise, but thank you. I watched your video. The head of the ICC, the female head of the ICC, is a water sign. I gather the head of the EU, female, is also a water sign. But this is overseas, not yet revealed, about these dictators, secrets coming out. And the secrets coming out. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. If I kept going, we then had the Two of Wands. This is international. This is not just Duterte. This is not just Felon 45. This is not just the South Korean president who tried to make himself president for life. It is not just about Netanyahu, who started a war to keep his position. There are many who fall under this banner. The poor choices that were made due to greed and addiction and lust for power and vanity and ego and narcissism, and as Laurie from Way of Positive Change puts it, the shell game that was played that caused this delusional situation. But we have coming up a rebalancing, the Star of Hope and Healing, as things are fully exposed. So if I kept going, we've got this Queen of Wands. I'm not sure who she is, but this is going to bring things on the world stage to a cycle of a completion, where the abusers of power are going to find themselves with their backs up against the wall, possibly connections to Russia or the rebirth of something significantly new, as light is shed on this energy, on, where did he go? This energy, on the delusions, on the lies. And you've got the Justice card. You've got the throwing under the bus of the partnerships. I'm feeling that this Duterte trial, I'm not saying Duterte is going to throw others I'm feeling this is almost like a test case. So let's have a look. I want to have a look at the Duterte trial specifically. How is this going to go? And now the lawnmower's started. So again, mechanical in the background, do apologise. Okay, how is karma? It's going to be karmic for those that set themselves up in these money grifting ruling positions, going to face a harsh truth quite rapidly. But show me, how is the Duterte trial itself going to go? Oh, you see how I shuffle? Just in case anyone wondered. Show me how the Duterte trial. I noticed, who was it? David from Tarot by the Bay. Someone was accusing him of stacking the deck. It's not really, whatever. Show me the dirt. Okay, you want that one. Show me the Duterte. The Duterte trial specifically. What do we need to know about it? Right. Overseas. The ships sailing out. The ships are very obviously sailing out of the harbour in this particular deck. But a plan coming to fruition on the international stage. Articulate orator bringing forth news. Battered and bruised. Tell me about the energy stewing in at the moment. Got his back up against the wall in regards to the guardrails. He's gonna. I'm gonna say he's gonna argue back because he's got one wand there. But let's see where it goes. In the past, we've got this offer being made, but rejecting the offer. Who's rejecting the offer in the past? Or sulking in regards to this offer coming forward? He may have been, I don't know, I haven't looked into it too far. He may have been offered to come in and he refused, so therefore he was actually arrested. But look at these wands here. Right. The energy over this is his arrest. I'm wondering if this challenge was his decrees, his executive orders. So this is the actual arrest. Okay, in the immediate future, opportunity is going to be presented, but this also can be information being brought forward about money. He may have gotten some financial kickbacks. Externally, this is a new journey. I think this is a new journey for the ICC, a new path that the ICC are taking. Could also be Duterte's foolish actions where he literally walked himself over a cliff. But I think this is new ground for the ICC. Internally, you've got how things were done in the past, but you've got the figure again taking a new path. I'm getting this is unknown territory for the ICC. And again, I'm getting test case. Thank you. The hopes and fears. It's those that feathered their own nest and lived their life of luxury. Imelda Marcos, I'm looking at you, but she's long gone now. Yeah, it's a test case for those that took advantage for their own gain. Okay, boy, big wake up moment, judgment moment, packing up the legal system and moving forward. And we've got here celebration. It's also voters. So strength of voters. Strength for the democratic system is what I'm really getting. on the base, the energy, I've got the Empress. It's my Russia card. Trying to hold on to secrets that he doesn't want revealed. But the wheel is going to turn in regards to I'm thinking it's an end of the legacy in regards to big money, because we've then got the Hanged Man and we've got the Queen of Pentacles, the protection, something being stopped or seen from a different point of view. The Queen of Pentacles being installed, she is the protection queen in regards to election interfering, and the Temperance card. I keep going. We've got throwing under the bus on the world stage of these self-installed kings, and if you've got here the head of the ICC again, the Emperor, the false victory, similar cards, different order, secrets being revealed about the steal, the hidden agenda, partnerships, harsh truth. Okay. I keep hearing test case. This is a test case. So, what am I at? 46 minutes. I told you I'm going to be going a bit off-piste today. I keep hearing test case. Where do I go with this? You gave me a question to ask, guys, and then you took away from me. So where am I going with this? They're going to bring charges against Felon 45. Is the ICC going to bring charges? It's Duterte from the Philippines. I don't see how he would have a connection with Felon 45, but I mean they are all interconnected at some level. No, they're not giving me the question back again. I might leave it there. Again, we've got a ruling being made on the base. Let's see how it plays. Okay, love you all. Take care. See you shortly.